So you wanna be starting something, you got to be starting something.
And if you have a friend that has her own place, go over there and help her enjoy that.
Too high to get over, yeah, yeah. Too low to get under, yeah, yeah. You're stuck in the middle. Alright. It's alright, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Close the door behind you, leave your keys. It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Closer, behind you, leave your. I need it. I'm gonna put y'all where y'all belong right here. Somewhere right there. Ooh. Okay. So better. Alright, y'all. We're getting everybody together where they belong, how they belong. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Wednesday, December 24th. Okay. And period. Y'all. Didn't know. Anyway, so we booting everything up. How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yesterday, we wasn't on here, and like I said, normally we're on Monday through Friday, 8:15 until, whatever time. But anyway, yesterday, something was happening. It was like a cleaning spirit that overtook me. And so it was incense burning and things being taken care of. All right. So I just would like for y'all to know that I love y'all and thank y'all for being here. And what I ended up having to reboot the computer because something happened. And I told y'all yesterday, from the time I peeled my eyes back, it was something going on where it was, just out of the woodworks, people coming. Wasn't people, it was a lot of men, um, or fake pages or whatever it is that, you want to call them. But then I noticed that there is a spirit running around rampant on folks, right? Because maybe it's whatever the holiday is bringing, and maybe people feel what they wrote. So no, somebody came over here starting it already. Good morning, my Snickums. How are you doing this morning? I love you more. Why did they hide your comment? You say good morning, my Snickums. Hi. Good morning, welcome. Thank you for being here. Y'all, I'm trying to figure out why my computer is literally hiding. RJ, y'all, something's happening because I need my screen up, but my computer is pushing everything to the side, and I don't understand why it's doing it because I need it. I need to set my standards before some stuff start happening, and but for some reason my thing is all the way over there, and y'all, I don't be knowing stuff about this. Why is it doing that? Can somebody help me? Yo, my screen and move to the side, everything else. RJ! RJ! Come here, please. I don't mean to bother you, but I need help. Just so you know, I'm live too. Alright, so look what's happening to my screen. Why is it over there? I restarted it and everything to try to pull it over. Y'all see my handsome son? Um, Look at this is my screen. I need it over here. Yeah. I restarted and everything because I didn't know how to move it. And what is that? Y'all, be patient with me because I don't be knowing.
Is it supposed to be on this side or no?
No.
What is it?
I think it's because I was trying to open it. That's what I try to do, but it's not working.
This thing not moving at all. No, it goes down, it doesn't go to the right or diagonal.
And what is that?
You don't know what it is?
No, I've been trying to click this and it's been saying that it's not working right. You need me to move? I tried that. Stuff be going haywire.
Microsoft Edge.
Yeah, end it. You can end the task. But even when because I restarted the whole computer and then it just didn't work still. So don't ask me why. When I was clicking on it like I normally would do, like you just did, it kept telling me that it was already running. And I don't know why it would be already running. Period. Thank you.
Okay, here you go.
Alright. Thank you, son. I love you. Y'all, listen, I be needing help. I tried. Everything he did, I tried. It wasn't coming up for me. It just was making me, thinking I was tripping. Mind you, it got 9,000 9,000 tabs open. I didn't even do any of this. Y'all, it just be the thing. So maybe I set something on it because anyway, like I was telling y'all yesterday, it was a spirit of like clean it up, get the stuff together, organize some stuff, and so what I ended up doing was moving everything. Y'all used to be on this side, now y'all on this side. So there's that. And okay, so what's important is that I have to make sure that Seneca, thank you. Everything is logged in the way it needs to be because otherwise if I don't program the system in order to make sure that they have to subscribe or something over on one platform, they come in droves and they start doing stuff that is distracting from everything else, and we don't need that. Yesterday it was a whole lot of that, and I kept saying at this moment in time when everything is happening, because there is a spirit of running rampant around here, and a lot of people are not feeling good in ways that but people have to be mindful of also projecting and projections, because that is a thing. People be trying to project their feelings and emotions on you because they don't know how to deal with whatever is going on. But honestly, there's something else that is happening too. And I had to write a little note to myself because um, it's double standards. And I don't know if that's really how to describe it. I'm gonna write it and then I'm gonna see, but and then y'all can tell me if y'all feel that or if you know that, right? How they expect for one group or one set of people to be one way, and then another group and another set of people to be a whole nother way. So this is what I ended up writing. Okay, mind you, I'm gonna need a charger for this now. And y'all can tell me if y'all agree or not. Hopefully this don't die. All right, so I said that I noticed something, and the thing that I noticed is it don't matter what community it is outside of the one that looks like mine. Um, it is okay for certain things to take place, and nobody will judge it. Nobody will say anything about it. But when it comes to, communities that look like me or people that look like me, all of a sudden it is an issue, right? You know how it's the thing where they'll say that they think that people that look like me are the majority of the people that are receiving assistance and help by the government, right? Meanwhile, back at being camp, the numbers show that that's not true, right? And so they try to make it, and when I say they, I'm saying people that don't look like me, outside of my community. Anybody that wants to kind of belittle or make our community feel like it is a certain type of like it's always something. That was a lot of light, so I had to bring it on down. Um, anyway, and it's stereotypes. I think that's what it is. But mind you, the stereotypes are probably normally not right because statistics show that that's not the case, right? So here we go. Um, as a black woman, I've noticed something. When I ask for help or when we ask for help, sometimes it's frowned upon, people judge. But I've watched other people who aren't like me ask for something big and their community show up without hesitation. I've spent years giving, helping others, lifting, just like they tell everybody. If anything happens, go find the black woman. That's a real thing. They say that, right? But black women are supposed to be strong. But when we're strong, they say stereotypical. Because I watched the Man in Texas, and if y'all vote for that black man, y'all literally got to be crazy. And I ain't judging, but y'all literally got to be crazy. This man was arguing with a woman, filming, standing there, and as a black man, he told this black lady that she is the stereotypical black woman. Like, who the fuck you think you are? And who raised you? But that happens a lot amongst us, right? So I've spent years giving, helping others, uplifting, sharing my energy and love, even in the midst of me going through. And I keep saying, even in the midst of, I still keep showing up. And people will say, oh, well, you get paid on your platforms. Not really. Okay? Because my platforms, anybody that knows, has been targeted and everything else. Mind you, I'm also now seeing growth on my platforms. So there is growth, but also they have been targeted and tagged for, whatever these people deem to be. Because people will look at people like me and they'll say they don't deserve. Meanwhile, I'm also the person that they will run to when they need help. And for some reason, it's just in us to do that very thing. So, and now I'm learning a spiritual lesson because when you go through spiritual, whatever the hell that was, it is a thing about this. You have to be level and balanced in all things, giving and receiving. So if you are a giver and you are not used to receiving, you're out of balance. You're out of alignment. If you are overly receiving and don't know how to give, it's out of balance. It's out of alignment. Don't be mad at me. Again, y'all killed the messenger, right? So I had to take a look at myself. And as I said, the first time somebody gave me something outside of somebody that I was already given to like a man, because I'm used to men giving, but I done already gave at the altar. You see what I'm saying? But anytime somebody has given to me outside of that, I didn't know how to receive it. I didn't even, the only thing I've never not known how to do was that. Anyway, so yes, I'm asking, I'm opening the door for support, for growth, for blessings, and I'm not going to apologize for it because I've given, I've shown up. And it's basically like when I said, y'all get y'all people, y'all have to police y'all people. In my society, with people that look like me, it is a thing that they will talk about it, down it, downgrade it to the tune of, we don't know how to ask for help when it's necessary or needed. And that's sad. And if you look and you ask anybody else that looks like me, it is a thing where we always say we work hard for everything that we get. Why do we have to do that? Why do we have to be that? And then after we had to do that and had to be that, then we got talked about for developing mannerisms or characteristics of that. So again, the only thing I've never known how to do, never known not how to do, is to ask for help when I need it. That's messed up because I watched a person use the hard R word in there, like against some people. I watched their community, and mind you, I don't even care that they said it. This, so anybody that, I don't care that they said it. The beautiful thing about it was when she said it and she got kicked out of her job, her community of people who like using the hard R word rallied around her and helped her. Gotta say something. I watched a child show up on a platform and can't buy nothing, but I watched their community, and again, I'm not saying anything. But also in society, the thing that I'm starting to say is I'm noticing. I'm pointing out. To the tune of, I was trying to tell people thank you this morning for sharing something that I posted 2-3 months ago, September, October, somewhere around there, right, is when I posted it. Not a share, not a like, not a thought of. But I'm sure some people seen it and called around. Matter of fact, I know for a fact. And the reason why I know is because somebody else called and somebody else definitely said something to me. And then I found it rather funny because the same people also know that I have done for a lot of people. I will do for a lot of people. I have shown up for a lot of people. But instead, I'm supposed to be embarrassed because, now I'm saying, mind you, if they read the note that's there, if they read the note and they took the time, they would actually really see what I said. But it's a thing with people that look like me, to the tune of, I had to go outside of my community to talk to another lady that didn't look like me, even about me saying, I just want to be able to take care of myself. I just want to be able to support myself. I don't want to have to struggle and trying to figure out how every time the government wants to raise my taxes or how they want to raise my insurance or anything else. Meanwhile, how y'all keep raising stuff when nobody's raising y'all income? I don't work nowhere. I work here. This is my job. Motivation, happiness. I shouldn't have to apologize for that. Meanwhile, I can show up as much as I need to give the best energy. People have literally, if I don't get online, will ask me, are you coming? Are you gonna, come help me, motivate me, love on me? Meanwhile, I'm saying to people, I'm fighting for my life over here, trying to do this, and this, all the things that I love to do. But why do I gotta also fight my government or a system? But me as a black woman, I'm not allowed to say that. I'm not allowed to say that. But why? And how do y'all get mad because the people went in? The people went in on that lady that did the thing at the Cinnabon place. Everybody went in mad at the fact that her community showed up for her. Why was y'all mad about that? Because y'all felt like because she said what she said, she shouldn't have support. I keep telling y'all, like, I'm not mad at nobody for telling the truth. I'm not mad at nobody for telling the truth. To me, I feel like that helps me make an informed decision. That allows me to now know that I don't want to deal with you, I don't want to deal with you, or I don't want to deal with this situation. But why do y'all get mad for their community showing up for them, but y'all won't show up for y'all community? It is looked down upon, frowned upon. The statistics will lie and say that, you know, we are the ones that are always needing and this, that, and the third. No, we are the ones that are always giving, to the detriment sometime of ourselves. And then when it's time to be, supported in any type of way, well, why did you need that? What are you doing? I shouldn't have to explain to anybody anything either. But the fact of the matter is I still do. It's a sad, sad world that we live in when there are stereotypes that go on and people not pay attention to them. It's a sad, sad world when there are people out here losing their, whole entire life and everything else. Nobody cares. Nobody talks about it until it's done, and then they will go into the shoulda, coulda, wouldas of a situation. And I sat here this morning and I'm trying to do a video and tell people thank you, because this morning I literally was talking to some of the people who was, on my TikTok sharing things and doing this. One of the guys ended up telling me, which I thought about too. He said he didn't know if he should share it because it had my house on it. And I said, that's not my house, this God house, right? So no matter what happens, this phase, next phase, whatever happens, it's God's doing. I'm not upset with that. Y'all shouldn't also be upset with when there is a community that you are saying that you're a part of, or you can support, or you don't support, because everybody has the right to do. Like, I'm not lecturing nobody about what they can and cannot do. I'm not lecturing nobody about that. That's not what I'm here for. It is just the visual of acknowledging, because they called all types of people, try to take this lady's whole entire everything down. But why? Why did y'all do that? Because people be mad at people that come along and tell the truth, and then they're being supported by their very own community that is the same as they are. Why would y'all be mad at that? Because y'all don't think that people should be, rewarded for bad behavior. They shouldn't be. But is it bad behavior? That's just the way they are. I keep saying the same thing over and over again. Like, as long as nobody is trying to suppress or overstep their free will or their boundaries on somebody, because in the process of that, I don't know what happened with that situation. And I'm not condoning nobody's foolishness, but also the people that she used that word to have used that word. I don't know about them particular people, but they don't think that they look like me. So them being called that was almost like a reality check that, maybe they were mad because somebody that is maybe a little lighter than them said, their truth. It's like the thing, the pot calling a kettle black. And then nobody likes the color. But mind you, it is always a thing where it's discriminatory until it's them. It is not right until it's them. Even when the little girl came on, because like I said even before, the little girl that came on, her name was Bella. And Bella definitely taught me something as a 49-year-old woman. Bella came on and she told her community that she wished to buy the house that was down the street. Mind you, they lived down the street Bella, I think 14 or 13 or somewhere around there. I don't know. Anyway, she on TikTok. I'm sure y'all can find the story. Her community showed up in ways that basically you can't. Little girl can't even get a house. Her parents were going to do it anyway. The house got sold to somebody else. I think that was the last time I seen it because I haven't seen her story coming up. But people were also mad about that. Why? My thing is, with anybody or anything, all I'm wishing to do is find my community. So even in the process, when I was saying I just needed a like, share, and a whatever that was, mind you, it was people that know me, that didn't share anything. So are they part of my community or no? Because if that's what we're all looking for is the community, then we can't be mad at other people for finding theirs and their behavior being whatever that it is, as long as they're telling the truth. Again, we can say something when they're doing stuff, putting a foot on people's neck, or, all of that, because let's not suppress nobody. But I'm not going to be mad at you for telling the truth. Is listening, please explain to me why it is that me as a black woman, I have to be strong for everything and everybody except for myself. Why is that the narrative to the world? Everybody will bet against black until they need something. I see men, because I just told y'all about a black man. That was a black man that said that to a black woman. I see black men, and I'm gonna just say this too, because some of them ain't really black. They be claiming to be black until, like, the cops come and do something to them. Then all of a sudden they want to be black because I need that camaraderie. But meanwhile, they will do everything to execute or try to stay away from being labeled as part of the black community. And it's not a race thing. If y'all are listening, it is a community thing, because they don't have to be a part of our community. They can go be a whole full of group of black men in that community that only date whoever the hell they want to date. But don't now try to infiltrate when it's time, when it benefits. That's what I'm seeing. And if I'm seeing that, and if I'm noticing it, and I'm pointing it out, like, I was never asking you anyway. If you were never on the, community board for me, because regardless of the fact, I say it loud and I say it proud. Every time I come here to this joint, make it black. Every time. Regardless of what has going on, from the time I sat in this seat and everything that could potentially go on, us seeing stuff. So even when I did that video the other day and I said, it's like seeing something in advance, like, a lot of y'all don't even realize that if we're all seeing in advance, because ain't none of the stuff that these people going over my head, it's going to be a lot of y'all pretty soon about the, trying to figure out where and what and who your community is. Mind you, it's billions of people on this earth, right? And so there is a way, or could have been a way, because just like, the narrative, I had to even watch what I wrote. I had to make sure that even in the process that the algorithm wouldn't block it, which, even still, I'm talking right now, and I'm sure that's the thing that's happening because I said certain things that certain channels, certain networks block, right? And so instantly, my community, it's going to be hard. It's like digging under a pile of rubble. It's like these rings that's been in this coffee grounds, right? These coffee grounds been here for forever. This is how me saying that is in this algorithm, right? So I had to get one of the coffee beans that actually is being shown and seen. I had to go talk to one of the coffee beans for the coffee bean to say and tell them, like, I'm a black woman, my voice gets suppressed in this situation, in this system, in this algorithm. And the fact that I'm a black woman and I can notice and I see, I'm very aware, and I start pointing things out, I'm going to keep the coffee beans keep getting put on me, right? So one of the ladies said, oh, I don't mind giving you a hand up. So the lady, the coffee bean, dug in there and she pulled my ass up like this. And then the system said, hold on, ma'am, because we see you. Now you sitting on some coffee beans, right? Because, you know, it's being seen. It's being shown a little bit. Now you being seen a little bit on the coffee beans. We can see you. But it's still a thing because look what happened when I moved it around. It started to fall back in there. And because I am who I am, I'm always going to show up. I'm always going to do the thing that I need, right? The thing that I need to do, or the thing that God is asking me to do, right? So regardless of the fact, sooner or later, regardless of whether or not this is the way it's designed, sooner or later, it's just going to be shown regardless of the fact. There's no stopping it. Even in the midst of, God has the final say on everything. And I know that to be true because I remember when a lot of people were saying they was going to do da 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 da, and then God sent a rain storm, mudslides, and instantly people was out here saying, oh well, this that and third. Now it was, you know, the reverse of. They had a whole lot of power and a whole lot of mouth when you know, it was being shown that they was being able to pile, you know, stockpile and things of that nature. But when the mud storms came and the rain came and it covered everything up and it started shifting and shaking everything around, they couldn't get to, they could barely even help themselves, let alone try to go do the very thing that they said they was about to do to everybody else. God still has the final say. So it don't matter who's trying to do what or how it gets done. Pieces start to get moved around. So it can look like, you know, this is the system of, because remember I said I never knew that when them people came from different countries and things of that nature. Hey Mike, I love you. When them people was coming from different countries and things of that nature, they looked like me, skin, some of them darker than mine, but meanwhile they was being given a card that said, this your color. And they was happy to take it and happy to suppress, you know, anybody that looked like me or near me. The sad thing about a lot of us is that if you can't be bought or sold, you're going to be the ones that, you know, this is going to happen to. Because I can't have you out here, you know, making people aware. I can't have you out here making people think. I can't have you out here spreading hope and goodness in the world, letting people know that, you know, God has the final say. Regardless of what these people do, God has the final say. People have been put in jail and hell and worse because somebody thought that they had the power to now do whatever it is they thought they had the power to do. And for the ones of us that, you know, can see it very clearly and understand that all it would take is this. All it would take is this. All we have to do is this. I can't have your voice being heard though, because if all it's going to take is this or that, why would I want you doing that? Why would I want you to, you know, come up from the coffee beans? I want to keep doing you like this. I want to keep shaking it around, mixing it up. So then that way, because I also told y'all, everybody that's awake, y'all are still being conditioned. Y'all are still being programmed. Unless you are not on the internet, not a part of the algorithm at all, period. But mind you, how can that be? You are still a part of the system. So now, when y'all were mad at, you know, corporations and things of that nature being allowed to be able to pay, my when I do content, because I told you I love doing content, it's easy for me to do. I could just spring up, you know, I can do 36 videos in 5 minutes if, in fact, my phones don't go hot and start acting weird and this, that, and the third. Or if the algorithm or the system don't flag it and say, she's making too many videos too quickly, right? But when I do certain videos and, you know, it looks like good quality because they'll tell me that it's good quality, right? But then they'll say, You can pay to boost your videos. How you gonna tell me that it's good quality, but then so this system don't work on merit? None of it is being on merit. It's people out here right today. I seen a lady, she was upset yesterday because I don't know whoever this girl's name is, but apparently there's some girl that just turned 18 years old. Mind you, they said she has the fastest growing account right now. Mind you, they're saying it's a whole group of men. Do y'all not see how this system is being ran? Do y'all not understand, like, do y'all not have eyes or ears? Because the face of, because how would they have found that person? What is happening that is creating that? Mind you, something else happened too that was very, very strange. I happened to see two little young boys going across the screen, right, that everybody knows. Everybody knows these two people, right? And it was weird at one time because you know, watch these people and then all of a sudden now they're telling a story that makes sense. A whole lot of sense. That they grew up here on this island. Y'all, even if people are mad enough or are not mad enough, it's almost like no matter what gets said in this system, some people just won't see it anyway. You know how in the tarot community or in the spiritual community we say when you see it is when you're meant to see it. When you hear it is when you're meant to hear it. It's like something could be in your face the whole entire time, and it's like until God opens the gates of whatever that lock is to see it, you just can't. It's like there's something stuck on your brain, and it could be right in your face, but it could also be the fact that now the brain has been triggering like safety mechanisms. Like, don't see this, don't see this, don't see this, because once you see it, you never going to unsee it again. I literally had a person in my inbox this morning that I had sent them something. Mind you, they ended up, soon as I literally went and typed, you know, a message to them, which made them look, they said, I never saw that. And I know that to be true because of this. The other day, a man came to my house, right? A Asian man. And so I text my neighbor. And I said to him, I said, I was going to, no, I called him. Because normally if a man shows up, I get him to come over here, right? So, or at least look. So, you know, make sure that he's paying attention to me. So that particular day, he didn't answer. But he also, there was a car at his house. So I figured that, you know, he must have company. And so I texted him. I said, keep a lookout, right? Mind you, it wasn't until a week later. So the man came in, the man was doing whatever he was doing, trying to get this. Either way, I told the man, like, you got to go, because he doing that thing that, you know, people be doing. You got to get out, because you here too long. I got stuff that I need to do. He asked me a whole bunch of questions, but then, and when I answered the question, he went act like no habla inglés, okay? But I said he Asian, okay? Anyway, long story short, it wasn't until a week later when my neighbor ends up calling me, and he says, you never responded when I was talking to you the other day. And I said, what you mean? Like, I'm literally thinking he just didn't pay attention. But mind you, I tell y'all all the time, this dude is very intentional with me. So I, you know, even that day, I just blew it off. I didn't even think nothing else about it, but he never doesn't answer me. That's the thing. So he says, I texted you the other day when you said, you know, the person was there, and I saw the man, and I was trying to make sure. He said he was at work, so he was literally making sure that I was okay, but he had text. Y'all, I never saw the text at all, period. And so when I went to open my phone, I had responded to him on something else, and everything else, never saw the text, but he had texted me. And my whole train of mind was, he just was ignoring me because, you know, whatever it was he was doing, but he never ignores me. So why did I think that? When you see it is when you're meant to see it. When you hear it is when you're meant to hear it. So meanwhile, even though I had done a video and everything else, and I started talking to the people outside of me, because I told y'all 9 times out of 10, it's being shown to me that the people who have been assisting and helping me don't look like me, right? I told y'all a whole story about me driving a brand new rental car, and somehow got to the light, rental car shuts off. It's 9,000 black men going around. You would think that they would stop and help me. Didn't stop to help. Everybody's riding by. All of a sudden, a white lady stopped. Do you need help? Mind you, just so y'all know, the end of this story goes, there was nothing wrong with the car. This might have been God's whole setup to show me, like, the people that you think that are supposed to help you or should assist you and help you probably are not. I'm sure they may have stories too, because literally I just watched a video. Oh, before I go, the lady turned her car in the middle of the road. Like, literally, we're at the light. She turned her car in the middle of the road. Something that, I'm like afraid of her, like, because the police could come, and it's the things that we would be afraid of, she wasn't afraid of. And it wasn't until she stopped and helped me, then everybody else also then actively wanted to participate. So I just watched the story yesterday when everybody talks about the YNs and everybody's afraid of the YNs, da 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 da. So there was a white man and his daughter riding, and they ended up in, YN territory. I don't know where it was, maybe downtown Atlanta, I think. I don't know. Anyway, one of the young boys came and they told them, they started calling their family. They made sure that the daughter and the dad was safe and that they got back on the road. And everybody act like they was shocked about that, because oh my God, these two white people were somewhere and these black guys helped them. But they was thinking maybe that, because normally the stereotype is that you got to watch out for certain types of individuals or colors or this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, I'm a human. They are also human. That lady was human. I also told y'all that after that whole entire event was done, that lady hugged me like I was her daughter, making sure that I was safe and okay. It keeps being a thing where it is divide and conquer. Divide and conquer is the key. And if we keep looking at, people outside of us as, the major enemy, everybody's not our major enemy. Everybody is, it's just that we have to find our community. And until we do that and we start paying attention to how people actually are really treating us in the system or treating us as people, then we probably going to continue to keep, battling against the wrong the wrong things. Because it's sad that it happened, but now we are at an age and now we're at a stage where we can see the truth, and those that are for us, and those that are against us are, against us, and that's it, that's all. But at least we know the truth. And stop badgering people that are giving y'all the truth. Because why would you do that? Everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not going to want to be near you. Your own people, some of your own people don't even like you. It's the thing where they say, well, I done said it multiple times, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. That's a real thing. So whether or not it be, black, white, Spanish, Asian, everybody has a story, whereas somebody that they thought looked like them or should, assist, or they thought would do this, every culture has that. And it is high time for people to stop looking at, certain collectives or certain groups of people and thinking that, because I know for me, it would be like a person seeing that secondhand embarrassment. They would be embarrassed that I did whatever it was that I did. But meanwhile, back at band camp, I'm not embarrassed at all, because I put into the system. I gave to the system. And mind you, I shouldn't have to ask anybody for anything. I should be able to go get disability for, anything that I'm going through, because my money should count. Meanwhile, guess what I got to do? I got to get online, shucking and jiving, dancing around to the tune of my knee could be swole by the time I'm done, because, I'll be doing activities and things of that nature. But that's what I have to do, because the system that took my money The system that said, if you put into this, you get to get this out, denied me from money that I should have access to. It's mine. I put it in there. But I can't get disability or anything else because there are people that are sitting in places that deem the thing. Listen, a man got his leg cut off and they denied the person. Like, who's sitting in these places that are doing some of the things that they're doing? So everybody's right. I shouldn't have to create a GoFundMe. I shouldn't have to do anything. My money should be put to work for me. I'm supposed to be allotted a certain amount of money on a monthly basis that our government is saying I can't have. Because if I can't, if I could do this, that, or, like, it's the strangest thing. And again, I shouldn't have to offer anybody an excuse other than the fact that this is what I said, this is what it is, and why are you mad if, in fact, that a community of people decide to do anything for me or not? Why would anybody be upset? Because if that's my community and my community is supposed to be rallying together to make sure that I'm okay, then... And another thing, let's just be mindful, because every dog has his day. And tomorrow it could be something that happens to you or your family member or something else. And the same system that you paid into is going to tell you, you can't have your money. Do y'all not see how they treat our vets? Our veterans that went to war or fought for our country are being told no for medical care or for this or for that. A lot of homeless people are veterans. Are y'all not paying attention? And so people coming and people expressing the fact that they need, da 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 da, shouldn't be looked at in any shape or form other than a human situation as to why is it that this is the system that we all live in that is doing the things that they're doing. Mind you, I already told y'all, I'm not even mad at nobody sitting in the seat where they at, because guess what? I'm thankful that the truth is still being told. I also told y'all that yesterday, me even coming here telling y'all I'm fighting for my life over here because I'm trying to do things right online and everything else. Meanwhile, I got a group of people on attack mode, even on social media, because they think that I should do things their way, or I shouldn't be this, or I shouldn't be. I'm not going to apologize for taking up space in a world that God allowed me to enter. I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't be looked at crazy when everybody that can speak on me will say that that girl does this, or she has done this. And regardless of the fact, I ain't never really asked nobody for nothing, to the tune of, I don't even know how. It was hard for me to make a video even saying it, because I choose to want to be able to do, whatever the hell it is that I want to do. But I got people saying, well, you should get a job. That's what I'm doing. This right here. That is what I'm doing. Mind you, I was working when I got hit, minding my own business. Guess what? That person has special privileges, because I don't know who the hell that person was that hit me. But mind you, they hit two people, me that day and then another person behind that. Mind you, also, I done got hit in 2024, 2025. I'm in a place where I'm paying high dollar insurance. My insurance at 49 years old is $470 something. Do y'all not know that when I got in that accident the first time in 2004 November, a lady hit and run on Salem Road in Georgia, mind you, which has many, many cameras, but somehow nothing was working at the time, or nobody don't know anything. So it made me wonder who was driving that car that they was trying to protect, because we all clearly know that that person was drunk because it was Thanksgiving night. But, when people have certain, privileges and things of that nature, all of a sudden cameras disappear or video footage disappears. Nobody knows nothing. Okay, fast forward, now we're 3 months later and another accident happened. Damn, that's high as fuck. Yes, that is high as fuck. So then And no, that happened in November 2024. February of 2025, I'm at a stop sign behind another car, mind you, a little distance away. Somebody runs a stop sign, this person gets propelled. So this person hit this person, car comes over, hits this person gets pushed back into me. Y'all want to know what? Nobody but me in that accident had insurance. And the fact that I was doing Spark at the time, getting ready, mind you, I hadn't even done Spark. I was getting ready to do Spark. But the fact that I logged in and, I didn't lie. Because apparently I should have lied and said I was just over there. But because I also told the truth, the insurance company says, I'm not paying for your car. And then we find out everybody walks away from that accident. Nobody had to pay for anything but me, because my car is still damaged. Okay, long story short, I deal with an attorney that's around here, and he ended up telling me that there was a way that you can call victims compensation, this, that, and the third, and these people will probably be able to help because that's what they're there for. You know what victims compensation did? On the first accident, they ended up paying the bills, my hospital bills, because I had to go to the hospital that time. The second time, nothing. So car damage, medical bills, nothing. But I'm also paying, because if you look up Georgia's insurance, I'm also paying for people not to have insurance. So he said that's hard, but that's also the reason. I'm paying for people that don't have insurance, and plus I'm also paying because I have a house. So I'm also being penalized because I have a house, because apparently there's a thing that they're talking about that most people that have houses, they normally run into their house. So I'm paying high homeowners insurance because homeowners insurance keeps getting able to go up. But mind you, they ain't paid for nothing in here. Oh, hold on. Let me take that back. They did pay for one thing. But every month, every year, they get to raise to however they want to. The system that they, are in, they go lobbying and dealing with the people, in our government. Mind you, telling these people that, oh, this, then the third, people not sure, we're paying out this, then the third. And plus, also people do make it bad for themselves because there's a lot of people that, lie about insurance and things of that nature. So that would now leave the people who not lying paying for, over excessiveness. But mind you, they get to raise everything. And if you don't have an accident or anything else in the next 20 years, where does that money go? Not back to you. So we got many, many different reasons. I can give y'all a slew of reasons why anything should or could be happening. Mind you, it's not really your business. It shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be. I agree. But again, I paid into a system that I can't get nothing from. I pay into a system that don't care about me. So that means I have to develop community. But meanwhile, my community is far and few because guess what? People like me, we tend to stay in the house because I stay in the house. I don't want to go near nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I want to stay in the house. But we have to also start realizing that as of now, mind you, y'all thought 2025 was, a shit show. Can y'all imagine what 2026 is going to be like? Women, I'm over here telling y'all, like, at some point, I may not even be allowed to even own a house. Not by this government standards. And again, I don't care what they doing, but the thing is, why do you want to be my government if you don't care about me? You shouldn't want to be my government. You should want to govern people just like you. That way y'all can do whatever it is y'all want to do and it not hurt, harm, or endanger nobody else. But we going back to, because remember I said this system, even, online, the algorithm and everything like that is now being paid for. Y'all were mad about big business being able to get into the government and be able to pay, behind the scenes and, give us stuff that, is damaging us and everything else. But now they're also doing the same thing with online. Because I will push this if You paid me. That's not authentic. Y'all are telling us to be our true authentic self. That's the way the system wants it to work, but the system is not being true or authentic with any of us. Anybody that's online, anybody that has a platform, anybody that's watching, the system isn't being true and authentic with y'all, because I'm sure y'all have seen the very thing that I've seen too. I'm sure if you have a voice, and you can notice and you're aware and you even attempt to try to say it, I'm sure you understand what happens as well. So how is it that we have all now, it's like cattle. That's what it's like. Because literally there is the boundaries. Like, don't go too far inside of the system. Don't go too far outside of the system. Like, you literally have these boundaries that you get to work upon. And this is, what it is. Mind you, isolation, because like I said, I don't have the community because of the fact that whatever happened to me in the process, I ran, and I just wanted to be by myself because I can't trust anybody outside of, what's happening, right? And so when we do that, and people say isolation, but we also are very much aware that before we isolated, we all try to talk to, whoever we try to talk to, whoever that chosen person was that we went to, that we tried to voice our, this happened. He said insurance is a ripoff and a scam. You better know it. And we all got looked upon like something is wrong with you. Because something is wrong with you because you're aware and you're very clear. But mind you, the people that are still connected to the system don't see how, because ignorance is bliss. I don't care what nobody say. And if you are outside of that, I can almost guarantee you it's been multiple days, multiple times when you said you wish you still could have been ignorant to the system. Because once you are very much and clear and very much aware of what's happening, it ain't no going back. You can't unsee it. You cannot unsee anything that is happening in the process. Because now it's almost like you can point it out. You can almost know that before you even open your mouth, something's going to get flagged to be hostile or aggressive. I literally was talking to my chat the other day, right? Let me see if I can pull this stuff up. And it kept telling me that argument. I don't want to argue with you because it was trying to act as if like it's trying to be sensitive about my feelings. And I'm saying, why are you talking to me like that? You are a computer. And so now they're even programming the AI to look at us as if it has to be sympathetic, but it's also saying, I don't know how to be sympathetic with you. This is getting crazy. Like, why is nobody paying attention? Or is it that you just don't pay attention until something happens to where now it's creating you a problem or a situation? Let's see if I can find this shit. Because I just couldn't believe it. And mind you, like when I called it, like, why are you saying argument? Because now even the AI is trying to gaslight me that because I'm a black woman, I have to be angry and aggressive in a certain type of way. No, I don't have to be any of that. I'm very much aware and I know what's happening. And you're mad at me for pointing it out or being able to, articulate myself well enough to tell you that this is happening. This is happening. Let's see. I don't know if it's even on this one because... Anyway, long story short, this thing kept trying to act as if, because remember I told y'all about that spirit that was going on, and when I said to y'all, it was this video, matter of fact, I could point the video out to y'all so then that way you would know what I'm saying. When I said this right here. Where you at? Where you at? Man. This. Ignoring it was there. Awareness is your superpower. Ignoring it was theirs. I can articulate well. That's when the problem started. One of the hardest things in life is asking for help and still being invisible. Not because you didn't speak, but because no one truly listened. You don't need to be remembered later. You Now, expressing pain, grief, or exhaustion does not automatically mean someone is suicidal. At all. It's frustrating and honestly invalidating when the depth of what someone is sharing gets reduced to that assumption. What I'm speaking about is anticipatory grief and moral injustice. The ache of knowing that people don't often listen until it's convenient, until the story is over, until regret is safe because it no longer requires action. That's not the desire to die. That's anger, sadness, and truth existing at the same time. I'm talking about being witnessed too late, having your voice archived instead of answered. The loneliness of clarity in a world that responds slowly or selectively. This is a lucid, grounded observation, not a cry for self-destruction. To anyone who is going through this or has felt this, I hear you and I see you. And if you just want to talk to someone who won't dismiss you, let's start there. Let's start a conversation, maybe even a group. This may not be everything, but it's a beginning. Too often people try to make your story theirs after it's too late. They convince themselves and the world that they would have helped if they knew. Many times they did know. They did see you. And for their own reasons, they chose to look away. I've been there. I feel you. So let's rise from whatever this is together. Let's not become a shoulda, coulda, woulda story. I see you now. Flowers are easy when responsibility is gone. They show up afterwards with stories, regret, and performances that cost them nothing. They will stand over your body and tell the world how great you were and how good they could have been to you. Because some people are deeply selfish and will make everything about themselves, even in your absence. If you want to talk with someone who won't dismiss you, DM me, and we can figure out a safe way to connect. I love you all. Talishia L. Herman. All right, so in that, somebody took it and they heard it and they thought it was depression or, I don't want to be here. I never said that. Anybody that listens to me know that I say I love life. I love the exploration, especially this moment in time. This moment in time is special to me because I can see where God has given us the truth. I can see where we're being able to make informed decisions. But also, I can see where a lot of us are very complacent or incomplicit, whatever the word is, in paying attention. We rather be mad at, being told the truth instead of being able to think for ourselves now past being us seeing it. So anticipatory grief means that you're grieving a loss before it actually happens. In simple terms, your heart is already feeling the pain of loss, losing something or someone may not be there in the future. It often shows up when you sense an ending coming, a relationship, health, chapter of life. Someone is declining or changing. You're letting go of the future you imagined. You're outgrowing a version of yourself or a situation. It doesn't mean you're being negative or giving up. It means you're emotionally aware and deeply connected. But instead, they want to say that I am idle. I ain't never said that. I love my life. I can see. And if the moves that people are making right now are any, whatever that word is, to what we are going to have in the future, yeah, I feel some type of way about it right now. Because again, I don't have a community. Where is my community? They're showing up in droves on their community. So somebody may look at it as, oh, it's about this or, just that situation. No, it is so much more than the eye can see. Don't be mad at me because I'm aware. Don't be mad at me because I can think for myself or I can see that there's a loop that's been happening. When they say nothing new is under the sun, there's a loop that's happening. And if you're paying attention, yes, we can automatically, oh, it's nothing, this, that, because God is in control. But also, it's like, what do they say? I don't know if it's Jonah and the whale. I sent you this, or the explanation that they use when a person can be praying for something, and God says, well, I sent this, but you turned it around. Wait, because you said you was waiting on God. I'm waiting on God. Meanwhile, God sent the boat. You sent the boat away. God sent something else. No, I'm just waiting on God. God sent the very thing, that showed up, but you sent it away. I don't want to be the person that sends anything away. I don't want to be the person that also God telling me to do something, because from the time I sat down here, if you go back and look at my very first YouTube when I sat back down here in 2021 or 2022, that new year, I said God told me to ask for my community. Those were my words. Mind you, anybody that's been listening to me, my words don't be changing. I said what I said from the time I sat here. I'll come in peace. I don't want no smoke, but if you bring some, don't start no, won't be none. I'm very loving. I'm very giving. I will do everything that I'm told to do. But please don't come over here fucking with me in no way, shape, or form as if you think I'm soft or, anything else. Because I don't want to be mean, aggressive, any of that. The energy you give is going to be the energy you get. Mind you, most of the time I be, like, pluck your ass to the other side of the realm and call it a day, because I don't want no problems. I don't start no problems. It's not in my nature. People don't like that. Because why? Now, there is also some other things that I have sat down here and said, because, sometimes it is the thing where people will say, you go too far. Says who? I have a very healthy fear of God. So I also know that when you do stuff, things start to happen. So I'll be watching what I do. So it doesn't mean you're being negative or giving up. It means you're emotionally aware and deeply connected. At its core, anticipatory grief is your mind and soul saying, I care, and I'm trying to prepare, whether it just be myself or everybody else. Because literally, I sat down here last year and I said, y'all, something is happening outside, because I noticed that on my camera, this was going on, right? I was talking about that fog. But also, I had went outside, because remember I told y'all, before I chose to, just, God had been saying, you sit here, you do this because it's people that you talking to, this, that, and the third. I chose to go do Uber because I needed to take care of, bills and things of that nature. Meanwhile, I got sent right back, right back on in the crib. All right. Meanwhile, but I was being proactive. But I also was going against what I was being told, which was to be here. So when I went outside, I literally told y'all, this ain't fog. The way that's moving is weird. I'm 49 years old. At the time, I was 48 years old. Thank you. At the time, I was 48 years old, right? And I'm steady saying, I didn't live long enough to know what fog, how fog moves, this, that, and the third. You know what they said? She's crazy. That's what they keep saying. Every time I say something that, it's always that there's something wrong with me. And I said, fine, I'll take it. But after that, I told y'all, I got sick. I literally told y'all, I got sick so bad to the tune of, I had to pull myself out of my sleep. That's how bad that was. Thank you. Meanwhile, then other people saying the same exact thing, how their legs were, getting clots and this, that. Like, it was a whole lot of weirdness that was happening last year. So this year, guess what I said? Soon as I woke up that morning and I seen that stuff moving across, I took another video. Mind you, this time I was almost skeptical because I didn't want nobody saying nothing. So even when I did the video, I was kind of like hesitant to be like, y'all, what I told y'all last year, I'm seeing it again. But the funny part about this year was I had a dream. And in a dream, they told me, you're immune to that. Okay, cool. But I didn't know what they meant. Okay? I just heard. Mind you, I came and I told y'all. I said in front of y'all. Go find the video. It's been in the past. I think that video went up December the 7th. And I literally came and I said, they said you're immune to that. I did the video. Y'all, I don't know if y'all can see this, but this is moving around like that. Fog don't move like that. There's no wind outside. That looks like little animals like moving around, blowing in the wind. There's no wind outside. It looks crazy. But this time it was received a whole lot differently because other people started saying, no, we seen it too, so we knew this, that, and the third. So I was at a relief, like, oh, thank God, you know. And that's weird because this is the thing. We shouldn't have to wait until somebody else confirms or is in alignment with you with a thing. It's like what I told y'all about when everybody could say, oh, Jesus is black. Meanwhile, it wasn't until they started saying Jesus was black. Then all of a sudden everybody was cool with saying Jesus was black. But we had to wait until somebody else said it. All right. So anyway, long story short, I said, y'all, this is happening again. And last time I got sick. But the funny part about this time is I didn't get sick this time. My son, I took him outside, got sick. I came right back and I told y'all, a person that was with me, this time they got sick. Mind you, I seen a whole lot of people online saying that they ended up getting sick from whatever that was outside. Meanwhile, guess what else? Yesterday I saw a video, a lady ended up saying that we don't know the numbers of, you know, people right now that are sick, but they're saying that it's a gang of people that are feeling some type of way right now. But why is it that we don't know who's who and what's what or what's going on? There's been a system that's been in alignment with this whole entire community this whole entire time. We get online and say, y'all, these are the numbers that are going on for, you know, this community, the flu, the this, that, and the third, all of that shit. Y'all don't have that right now. So now it's like people having to go look this up for themselves. But mind you, nobody's looking it up because we just think that everybody's just running around here all, you know, health is wealth. But meanwhile, there's also other stuff taking place. Now, I'm not, you know, against what they're saying, that it's a lot of people running around here. I understand why. Mother Nature, Mother Gaia is definitely, you know, having a weight on her, right? So I get it. But who says that we should allow for them to choose who's here, who's not? Mind you, I also told y'all yesterday that from the time I woke up, I kept getting badgered by men trying to tell me, calling me elder and auntie and everything else. Meanwhile, back at band camp, guess what? I've been their age before. They ain't never been mine. Also, the other thing is, I'm at an age where I can tell them that this didn't exist when I was growing up. So y'all do realize that they're trying to now shame people that's I'm 49, so apparently, you know, I'm old as Methuselah or something around here. But meanwhile, these people don't understand that as long as people my age are around here, or the elders, we can tell them that the stuff that they're doing ain't right. But mind you, now the young people seem to think that, you know, or whoever the hell that was, because we can't even say it was young. It's probably some old-ass dumb man mad because I won't accept them. Either way, the point of it is they're trying to make it so that the elders are non-existent. Or we just are silent because, you know, they're going to shame us into, you know, whatever it is to be quiet or to be silent. Meanwhile, y'all don't understand. There's people that are alive right now at 100 and, you know, 102 or whatever. They can tell you. I seen some old ladies the other day, and I don't know how old they was, probably like 80 or 90 years old. But they told us, or they were saying online, that they remember a time when they couldn't even wear shorts outside. Why is it that a system continues to want to control other people's free will? Is that not a problem to y'all? Because to me, if free will is that, my free will, they don't have authority over me. You're not allowed. Free will is what I want to do. If this is me, a soul, a light being having a human experience, leave me alone and let me experience it. Why am I having to do or be subjected under whatever that is? I shouldn't be subjected to that. Hey, Iman. Anyway, you can still love fully, hope fully, and be present, even while grieving ahead of time. So I never once said that I don't love my life or that I don't love, being around here. What I said was, it's sad that people like me have to watch what we say, or we have to be targeted in a certain type of way, or we are not allowed to have certain things. But have y'all not noticed that we have also had better shit? And I don't mean to say it like that, but what these people are offering us right now, y'all all going and looking at buildings and how the stone and everything else was made and this, that, and the third. Why are we getting away from the stone buildings and going into foam housing and this, that, and the third? We had better shit. We created a better life before. And period. He said facts. I know that's right. So is anybody not alarmed by that? Because to me, it doesn't make sense. How are we supposed to be accelerating or growing? Meanwhile, this society is regressing. It's going backwards. That's what they're trying to do. Why? Why is that important to them? Why is it that I have to be made to feel like a second-class citizen in a land that my people, and I'm not, again, not talking about color or anything else, because again, all y'all my people. I keep trying to tell y'all, whether or not y'all understand it or know it, like without me, nobody exists around here. Why is it that we're in a society where I birthed you, but I have to be subservient to you? Why is that important? Why does anybody got to be subservient to anybody? Why it just can't be respectful of like human nature or human beings? Because like I said, even before, when all the men come with the, oh, she's an aggressive, no, my spirit and my energy knows when a man is around. My spirit and my energy also knows when, a cat ninja is around. Take it how it resonates. They call cats. But my energy knows, because my energy don't want to be a man. My energy don't want to be stronger than a man. But my energy also don't want to be suppressed by no man either. Because why you got to do that? What makes you feel like you have to do that? And also in the process of that, why is it that the ones that normally are doing that, they won't go deal with no other men? Like, it's a whole lot of men running around here doing stuff that you can go and assert your dominance on, that you can go defend the women and children that's being abused by these people. Like, it's a lot of, like, if you want that work, you can go literally show that you is the man by going and taking care of that. It would help out a whole lot of people. But meanwhile, instead, you want to, be trying to be aggressive with me, and I ain't said nothing to you. You over here bothering people that I ain't done it. I didn't do it. All I'm saying is, I deserve to live. I deserve just as much as anybody else. I deserve it. I deserve to be able to walk around freely. I deserve to be able to just stay in my house if I choose to. I deserve for my taxes not to go up, for my mortgage to turn into $1,700 when, like, how is these things going up but nothing else is going up? They ain't raised y'all minimum wage, but yet they got time to raise your rent for anybody that's renting. Your property tax for anybody that owns anything. They got time for all that, but they ain't got time. They haven't had time to raise anything else. This system don't work. And quite frankly, it don't work for nobody. Because it's not helping them be good people either. So it's not even working for them. Which is also a reason why I said, at the end of the day going to end, God is in control of everything. And if you're mad because I exist, then take it to God. If you're mad because in a system where I feel like, or anybody else feels like they should just be able to breathe, like on a daily basis. Like, why is it that every day people have to wake up and they're feeling like all they got to think about is the next, this, that, or the third? Like, time is speeding up. Mind y'all know I seen something yesterday, and y'all can look this up because I don't know, but the lady, it made sense to me, and that also just shed light on a whole lot of other things too. The lady said that scientists just said that, and have y'all not noticed that that's another thing that keeps happening? Scientists are now showing and saying again, right? So something different than before. But she said that scientists proved or saying that our dreams are real in another dimension. Like, literally, the dreams that you have are real. It's just another you somewhere else. So can y'all think? I was thinking, oh my God. Because if that's the case, man, my other selves are something. Because the dreams that I have had, and that could also be the reason why some of the dreams that, you thinking that you should be having, you just don't. But just think, I done had dreams that were very, very vivid. Man. Either way, take that how it resonates for you. Because I'm sure some of y'all know, like, the dreams that y'all be having. I don't know why I instantly went to the ones that, seem like, oh my God. But take it how it resonates. The other thing that I was laughing about was they said that women, because this was another way for them to gaslight us. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because, women have the exact emotion of a situation when it happened. And for some reason, men don't, right? So then the men started saying, well, that makes a whole lot of sense as to why you're so emotional. But do y'all know that emotional is a superpower? So it makes a whole lot of sense. You're trying to use it in a negative way, but that also makes a whole lot of sense as to why the men are the way they are too. That's probably one of the things, women are from Venus, men are from Mars, or men are from Mars, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, however it go. Either way, it makes a whole lot of more sense now. I don't know. Y'all take it how it resonates for you. Cause y'all. Alright, anyway. So, anticipatory grief is the grief that you feel before a loss actually happens. It occurs when you know or sense that a loss is coming, such as a loved one facing serious illness, the end of relationship that you can feel slipping away, preparing for death, separation, divorce, or major life changes, letting go of a version of yourself, a dream, or a future you expected. Like, do you know how many people are probably having that right now and they don't understand what is happening? Like, because a lot of people have woke up and, life has changed because there's been a lot of people being laid off. A lot of people, I was talking to my aunt the other day and I didn't know this, and I don't know, like I said, it's probably stuff we can look up. But she was saying that how during that government shutdown, a lot of people lost their cars, their houses, and everything else. But mind you, they work for the government. The very government that's supposed to be helping and taking care of and, making sure that everybody is treated fairly. And I'm not even blaming the man that's there, just so y'all know. I'm not blaming the people that's there, because this has been an ongoing situation. This is the thing, like, when we're paying attention and we're being accountable, we have to be accountable from the beginning to the end. Not just on the parts that we want to think that, okay, well, it's this person's fault. No. It's everybody's fault. Everybody that has sat in that seat, that has been complacent, or whatever the word is. Again, I'll type it up because I should look it up. It's everybody's fault. All of our fault. Because again, even now, we're seeing how ain't nobody doing nothing for y'all people. Nobody. Red side, blue side, no side. It's like when the laws went out the door, people are still saying, oh, this the law, this and the third. For who? The laws are gone. Have nobody paid attention? When people are allowed to just do whatever they want to do, the law is gone. But meanwhile, they're trying to keep the law for you, but not for them. Does that not bother anybody? Does that not show anybody that we're all in danger at this moment in time? Because that's what that says. If you have to follow the law, but they don't, you're in danger. And what is in your brain that's stopping you from understanding there is no law? The law's gone. This is the wild, wild west. Whether or not y'all know it, understand it, the faster everybody gets to knowing it and understanding it, the better off we all gonna be. But if we keep sitting and letting people just, pluck you off one by one, sooner or later there's no help. There's no help for nobody. This person says, how are you going to talk about accountability when you don't take accountability for your own life? You leave that up to the invisible person in the sky. I would talk to you if you actually had a real, if you were a person. Like, I'm not going to give no explanation to the person just, caps locking behind a screen. To me, you're a coward. Because you can ask that question, but no matter what my answer is, you're always going to be a troll. So it's kind of pointless to talk to you. And whether or not you believe in God or anything else, you don't have to. I'm not going to be mad at you for not, but I'm not going to explain nothing to you that pertains to me because I don't have to. You're not my daddy. My daddy live in Texas. And even my dad know I ain't going to answer to his ass either. So sadness comes in waves, anxiety or fear about a future, guilt for grieving too early. So that's also a thing. Moments of gratitude mixed with pain. Something's happening out front, which I don't know, but it sounds loud. I don't know, something, but it sounds real loud, so I don't know if y'all can hear it. Anyway, it's important to know anticipatory grief is valid grief. Your body and soul are trying to protect you by processing the loss in advance. Your mind is saying, I know this is coming and I'm trying to prepare. Your heart is saying, I don't want to lose this person, place, or thing. Both can exist at the same time. So gentle ways to supporting yourself. Allow the feelings without judging them. Talk about it out loud. Grief moves differently than silence. Who are these people? Whoever it was in a maybe they must be changing out my neighbor or something, but they was in a van or something, some big yellow van. Stay present when you can. Grieving early doesn't stop the loss, but presence can soften regret. Rest more than usual. Grief is exhausting. Creating meaning. That's why a lot of people feel in certain ways that they feel right now, and not knowing and not understanding. That's why when I said to somebody the other day, there's a lot of men, they've been talking to me lately, and for some reason they all sound depressed. And to me, it's sad because you got to think. Being a man is almost different than being a woman, because being a woman, you could, go to a man, you can get married, you can do, and men have a whole lot of pressure on them because they are men. So I get it. Men can't just automatically, maybe, but then again, I don't know. That used to be the way that it used to be. So now men is just doing women's stuff. So I don't know. But to me, a man has more on his shoulders or more on his plate than women do. Yay or nay? Take it how it resonates. I guess, like I said, it depends on the date and the time and the man. But anyway, you can write affirmations for anticipatory grief. You can put your words into feelings, which is one of the things I said. I'm able to articulate myself well. So that's also another reason why people get mad at me, because how are you able to say whatever it is that you're saying? Well, I can see. And I also am noticing the loop and how things are playing out in the direction that, things are being taken. But in the process of that, it is, you still having to live through. Like, you still have to live for now. So you still have to do the things that you have to do, because it could potentially not happen. Because another thing, being present is important. The Power of Now. Remember I told y'all about that book, because it lets you know, it tries to get you to focus on the here and the now, and not worrying about something that is in the future or from the past. But as you know, going through anything or just waking up in a system where every day they're triggering in a way and every day something is weird, there's no normal. There's nothing that a person can hold on to and say, like, this is one normal, consistent thing in my life. Everybody don't have that. So that's also a part of the problem. Um, Help you turn this, share a spiritual or psychological perspective. So it's basically just talking it out and being able to, have a community. So I'm going to repeat it and say it. Find your community, whatever that is, wherever they are. And the only way you're going to be able to find your community or even exist in a community is if you, start talking to people. It's like hard conversations that have to be had. And don't be mad at nobody for, their truth. Everybody ain't for you. Some people are not going to want to entertain you. It's like when the woman said, the man came and he said, they're putting up the signs. Like, nobody give a damn. Like, the signs, they was talking about how, they said segregation is now legal. Nobody cared. And we have already seen the failure of even certain communities already that tried that. They, segregated themselves and then they was right back out. Don't be mad at people for telling you the truth. Be glad that you can make an informed decision. And a lot of y'all people that be out here lying, why don't y'all stop that too? Because that's even more of a, that's a worse thing than the people that's telling the truth to me. The liars are more of a problem for me. Because at least the person that's telling you the truth, you can say, I don't want to go, through Arkansas or whatever, because, it's that. Not to say anything about Arkansas. It was just the first thing that came to my mind. Okay, so maybe somebody's here from Arkansas. I don't know. The thing is, it now allows you to make a decision that you can think clearly. That's all I'm going to say. So with that being said, I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. And I appreciate every single one of y'all. Truth be told, yes, no, maybe. Thank God for the people who are telling the truth. For everybody that has shared my GoFundMe, thank you so much. For anybody that wishes to donate, the links in the donate to it. The links in the bio. All my information is there. And if you are part of my community, reach out, say hi, because again, I feel like y'all don't understand how much we gonna need each other going into the next phase of whatever this is, because we already saw what 2025 brought you or is given. I'm thankful for the truth, but we already saw what that has now, manifested. How you doing this morning, son? What this has brought into the world. So go with God. I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. She said, thank you. I'm your new community. Mary Golden. Look, Golden Girl and Mary Golden, period. Thank y'all. So I'll see y'all soon. Y'all know I'm going to be doing products soon, because I'm going to be doing products and a lot of videos. So please and thank you. And I will definitely love and share share with as many of y'all as I possibly can. And yeah, that's all I got. Have a great day. Thank you. You have a great day as well. I love you more.